up, guys, and welcome to What's on the Menu. Now that I have your attention, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell so you can always know what we have coming up when we post it, and just stay tuned with What's on the Menu. I'm your girl, Miss Nika, sitting here with my guy, Greg, and George.
Woo, woo.
Ain't he 2G's? It's tongue twister.
Yeah.
2G's.
2G's in the
Double
house.
OG.
Double OG.
Double OG.
Double OG.
What's going on?
Okay.
What's going on?
What's
How
up,
you guys
y'all?
doing today? Y'all good today?
Man, I'm pretty fair for a square.
Oh, pretty fair. You always want to
For a
pipe it
square,
down,
hey,
bro. I see
I like
you
that.
all
I
over
like
social
that.
media.
I like that.
You
See, that was
are
that.
definitely Mr. Free Nights and Weekends.
He said some key stuff. He said he pretty fair for a square. I love that.
Pretty
Yes,
fair
sir.
for a square. If I had your hand, I'd cut mine off.
What? I missed it.
Don't worry about it.
So look,
Okay.
I like this
That's
look,
funny.
Nika. I like this look
Oh,
on you.
thank you. Gotta
I
switch it
don't
up,
want, I don't
guys.
want, I don't want to make nobody jealous, on the streets and stuff, but damn, that
Thank you.
shit right there is
I tried.
fire. I
I
love
tried.
it.
Nikonse.
Nikonse.
No. Just
No?
give my own name.
Oh, come on now.
Don't compare. There's enough comparison for women.
Oh.
Have you? And I know you style ladies' hair all day. Have you given anybody this type of look right here before?
No, I mean, I like to switch it up. Don't men like to have different women?
Yes.
So I want to
Yeah.
give our audience a different version of me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice look right there. Okay,
The
cool.
thing is, most people can't wear the look. They don't have the confidence.
Now, that is so important. I
Yeah.
don't get that. Why is that? Why is it certain women? I can see a woman who I think is, so we got, I know a couple of people who I think are very gorgeous or
Mhm.
pretty, shall I say.
Mhm.
But the confidence is so low. What causes a woman to have such low confidence that you can't pull off a look like that? That's a strong statement. That's a very
I
strong
don't know.
statement.
I've always heard what the prettiest girl in the room is the most insecure. I've always heard that.
I have.
I don't know why.
I've heard that.
I don't know why. I think once you know who you are
Mm-hmm.
and you're in tune with who you are, you can be more confident. See, some people just are not confident in their femininity and just as a whole. So
I was, you remind me, I was talking to a brother that was, I think he's like 6'6", 6'7", and he said that if anybody that's taller than him come into the room, he feels a little discomfort. It's like if someone that's 6'9" or higher or whatever come into the room, he's just like, dang. It's not inferior, and I was thinking about that. I was like, you know
I
what?
never heard that.
I said, you know what?
Yeah.
From a man perspective, is that really true? Because even if, I think it's because I've been around, when you're playing basketball and football, guys are so much taller. But, I was trying to put myself in the shoes to really see if that makes sense. And I can see where he's going with it. I can understand that,
Really?
but yeah, I can
I
understand.
can't see it.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't get it either.
Well, it doesn't sway my confidence, but I can see if you're used to being the tallest person, typically, you are in the top 1% of the world. And at 6'7", and somebody at 6'9" come in, you're like, dang, I got to look up to this mug when everybody else I'm looking down to all the time.
Oh,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't think of it like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. But
I'm
that's
not
like
saying to put
being over 6 feet and I don't know, man. Dang, that's weird. I ain't never heard that before. That's a new
Yeah,
one.
man.
Yeah, I never heard that one either.
Yeah, it's
That's
even though
funny.
I've never heard it, but I'm just saying I can understand where you're coming from, because if you are used to wherever you go, if you think about it, you're used to everybody looking up to you, everybody, and then all of a sudden you're not in the NBA or anything. All of a sudden somebody comes in the room and they're towering over you. and they'll say, hey, you know, they're not telling you to look up and talk to me, but shit, you got to look up and talk to them. You are not used to that. I mean, it's been times where I've been in
Oh, I
places
see what you're
where,
saying. The
you know,
acclamation point. I get it.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
It's
I
been
never
times
would have
where, you
thought
know,
that.
I've been around some cats, and I think it's because I, play ball and stuff. I'm used to it. But once you get out of that space, and then
Yeah.
you're typically the tallest person in meetings and stuff, and people
Mm-hmm.
always, looking up to you, and now you got, let's just say, a boss come in and he's towering over you. You're like, damn, I got to readjust who I am.
I think it's about swag too, though. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I don't
even
want to
for
be a certain
women,
height if I can. If I'm not in the NBA, being 6'7", 6'9" don't work for me.
It ain't gonna work.
Right? You
It ain't
can't
gonna
find
work,
cause, you can't find shoes. It's just,
bro.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
know what I'm
hard for us
saying?
now. I
Yeah,
mean, it's hard for
yeah.
us now. I got to go
yeah,
to, big and
big
tall now,
tall. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
right? And I
Yeah.
can't find
I agree
certain
with that.
jeans. I have to go and get them,
Yeah.
custom made and all that bullshit. So yeah, it's
Hmm.
hard
I
now.
didn't think men had that issue unless they were short or something. I didn't think
Oh
men
Lord, here we
really.
go. She gonna talk about the short man, George. Here we go.
No, like
Here we
I
go.
feel like women. I don't know.
George,
Women.
gonna be typing.
It. They do.
I told
We
I'm
about
not
to
y'all
about
get a
to
this
do that.
letter.
last
We
time,
about
don't bring my height up no more.
we about to get a letter. We about to get another
Oh
letter.
God,
In
he's
in
like
the, in the
y'all gonna lay
email.
off
We
them
about to get
short
another
men.
letter.
Yeah. Y'all better leave him
Look,
alone. So you say I ain't saying nothing.
about swag. I just thought men just, some men think their wallets carry them, and some men have actual swag.
Well, some do.
Some women think they ass carry them, and some women
Got it.
don't have a clue that they are genuinely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you could just walk in
So
a room and just own it.
I think
right.
energy changes the room. Energy shifts the
Yeah,
room, right? When
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
you have
It
energy, I
does.
mean,
right,
I think that's what shifts the
yeah,
atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah.
But Nika, you brought up a good point about some men thinks their wallet changes it because we hit on something earlier when you got like Jay-Z. So let's just take
Yeah.
Jay-Z. He ain't the prettiest and the cutest and the most handsome thing, but he got the best looking chick out there.
What
Is it
he
because his
said.
money? Huh?
What he said in that song. He it's not an ugly billionaire. I'm cute.
Right.
That's what he
Wow.
said.
Right.
Wow.
That's what he
Right.
said.
Because but you have to really think about it though. You still, even though you're not the cutest guy and you got the money, but the women still are attracted to you for your security. Jay-Z, he got the money, but she is real secure with him because where he come from. He'll OG.
Oh,
He'll put it
yeah.
on.
There's nothing like a little street. I like a little
Right.
street. Like I
Right.
like brains. Now that I've grown and I wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
like I told you, I wasn't taught what or groomed what to look for in a man, or
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, the right questions, as you would say.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been seeing that all over social media. The crazy part after we had that whole conversation,
What's that? What?
about the questions, what you
Oh.
should ask a man, all that type of stuff. But
Oh, okay.
we like some women like a little street, and it's a lot of times the good girls
Mm-hmm.
because they've
Hmm.
been good. He said it in his
Right.
songs. You know what I mean? So a
Mm-hmm.
good girl want a little bad, like not dog me out, but
Yeah. You want to feel like you ain't gonna take off running if something happens, right?
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
That's
Jay-Z,
true.
I think Jay-Z and Beyonce got together because just the collaborations, and they were the tops in the game in their genre. She's the top
but he's
Mm-hmm.
R&B
always
singer, he the top rapper, you know?
he's always been smart to me. Like even on the
Very,
streets,
very.
you know what I
Yes.
mean? I tell people
Yes.
all the time, the greatest street dudes, I almost say the
Say it.
N-word,
Say it.
but the
Say it.
greatest street dudes
Yep.
could really make the best businessmen if they
Business.
really got into business and did it the correct way.
They
Because
do.
they got
They
the
do.
hustle, they got the hunger, they
Yep.
got the grind, and they
Yep.
smart.
They do.
Numbers
Yep.
is wild. And
They
that's
do.
a lot about a lot of street I keep wanting to say the N word, but street dudes.
Don't.
I'm not.
I'll be cutting
But
every
no,
minute.
street dudes is just like, it's something when you see one and he just smart. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's a
Right.
difference between smart and educated too. A person can be educated but not be very smart, but a person can be smart and not be
Mm-hmm.
educated. I know a lot of
That's true.
educated people that ain't that bright,
yeah, they
right?
don't
Mm-hmm.
have, but
Educated,
that's the
yeah,
difference between
yeah,
street smarts and book
yeah,
smart. You
yeah.
see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
They
saying?
they got the degree, but they ain't really past that. They can't, tie their shoes. So
I think that's
So.
yeah,
what made them great though, because you had
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jay who had the street smarts. Then you had Dame. They both together learned,
Mm-hmm.
book smarts, and
Yep.
Jay
Mm-hmm.
just elevated higher, and he cut out that street stuff. He's still
Right.
street, but he toned
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
down and put on his
Mm-hmm.
business suit. Like he
He
said, he a
changed his
Correct.
business, not a
association.
businessman.
Yeah,
Correct.
he
So
changed his
S-
association. Right. That's
yeah,
what
He
we
did.
say.
But
If
that's what
you're
we're saying,
around,
George. We
yeah,
talked about it
yeah,
last
yeah,
time. Exactly.
yeah,
You change your
yeah,
association. You change your group. You change your environment. Yeah.
yeah.
Your
I think it's
mindset.
easier for men though. It's not really easy for women.
You're right.
Right.
You're right. You're
Right.
right about that.
It's
Yeah,
not.
Right.
Some women
men
get
are, yeah.
intimidated.
Yeah, men run in packs easily, right?
Yeah.
And
Easy.
women, for some reason, it seems like women clash, even
Mm-hmm.
in certain organizations and stuff. This group of them get
Mm-hmm.
along, they don't get along with the other group in the same
Mm-hmm.
organization, and you know
Mm-hmm.
Cliquish.
when we
When
when we get together, myself, Greg, all of us, how we almost galvanize together is
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But see, I think
Correct.
that's why I click with men way better, because even when you go into a situation with women or a gathering, I remember I used to go to all those brunches and what those women empowerment. And it's like, as soon as you walk in the room, they looking at you from your feet all the way up, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, hey,
Mm.
how you doing? And for me, I've just always been a transparent person. So, now women have all these facades, and it's just annoying.
It
And men
is.
get
So,
men actually get it's a exuberation when men find other men with the same strength and energy that they
mhm.
have, because now we can let our hair down, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
okay being around another guy that I can be like, oh, that brother's sharp dressed right there. You know what I'm saying? That brother carrying himself with confidence. I like them type dudes. You know
But
what I'm
what if you
saying?
were
Right.
in the midst of a street guy, but do you see potential in that guy, or you have to talk to that guy? Because I know some guys who just are not um as friendly, but because they are I don't know. That's how they were brought up. You know what I mean? Depending on where they
Mm-hmm.
came from, they don't
Mm-hmm.
make friends, or they're
Mm.
cordial, of course, but it
Right.
takes a minute for them to, hang around and talk to the guy and be more open with the guys. So how do y'all know how to, or do y'all even try? It's just one of those things where if he come around, he come around. If he don't, he don't. You know what I mean?
I need for you to be vetted. Me and George and Kwame talked about this just a couple of weeks back.
Oh.
If I don't trust you, and I will tell you in your face. We set up a couple of times at the
Mm.
cigar bar, and if I want to talk about some things that's just personal to me, I will ask the guy, if you bringing in a friend, I'll say, do you trust this guy? Because if you're not
Oh.
a person that I can trust, you do not belong in my inner circle. I will
Yeah.
not, I will clam up and I will not say nothing. You need to move on, because if I cannot trust you,
Right.
then yeah,
Snake.
absolutely. So I
Right.
will
And
vet you.
if you slip through, we immediately
Exile.
isolate you. You
Oh wow.
exile.
Exactly.
Yep, yep. We
Exactly.
had we had just talking about that. We had a guy that
Yep.
showed his true colors around
Yep.
us, and he
Yep.
done. He done.
Get them out.
It's
Exactly.
the decency in me. I speak. I say hello, but you ain't gonna ever have a
Right.
conversation with me again, bro.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
Exactly. If
right.
you slip through and you screw up and you say the wrong thing to somebody, or like George is saying,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're out.
What?
And that's going
What?
to go for our circle. If
Yeah.
George got
Yeah.
a friend, or if I got a friend, or if somebody does that and George is like, no, he did XYZ, he out. Then
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to treat
Oh,
him the same
okay.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
See, women so messy. They
here's the
try,
crazy
well, I'm
thing.
neutral. I could be neutral. It's like, girl, no.
Here's one of the
right.
craziest things that dudes do, and this is one of the things that you definitely can't be around me. Like, if I need to talk about Greg to get someone else's attention,
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
God. Oh
Or
God.
oh my
Mm.
God, that's
Oh
that's
that
that's
God.
the car.
irritates
That's a
me.
that's a cardinal sin, dude. If you can't get that person's attention on your own merit,
Right.
Right.
you ain't gotta shit on Greg to, you know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
it's like, man, how did you even play that card? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But dudes play it, and you show where it shows where they're
Absolutely.
from. Yeah. And back
Absolutely.
in the day, you know, so going back to your point, even too about us interfacing with street dudes, where all of us come from somewhere. You know
Well,
what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Right.
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it ain't that
not
foreign.
period though.
It's
Yeah.
not that foreign to us.
When I talk to a street dude, immediately he can tell, oh, okay, you look this way,
Exactly.
but you still can talk the talk, right?
Exactly.
So,
Hmm.
you know, it's there. It's just
I
that
think
we
men just
kind of
do
cleaned it
well.
up.
Y'all do different than women. I think y'all just
Hmm.
carry out friendships or
Oh, sure.
relationships, I should say,
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Absolutely.
true. So
So that's
let me
what
Absolutely.
ask you this
women.
then. I'm gonna ask about one more person. Would you date Kevin Hart with and without money? Nika?
How tall Kevin Hart is?
Y-
Five
Five,
He
seven,
5'9".
5'6".
five.
No, he
No,
like
he's like five,
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 four,
five,
five,
or five,
six.
six.
He
I don't
between
even think
I
five
he's
ain't
that
gonna
five and
tall.
lie
five.
though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh God. Like it has to be one of those things where I'm gonna be honest. I never really dated a person based on looks. Like, of course you can't be butt ugly. I mean, you gotta be decent on the eyes. But
Right.
Hmm.
I don't want no man who take longer than me to get dressed. You know what I mean? Like, so if you
Okay.
are short, like it's one of those things where we gotta have conversation and see from there.
He's
I
Because I
gotta get
think
five
off
the
these
two.
short
shortest I
guys.
ever dated was like 5'9", and that was short
He's
for me.
5'2".
Ooh, that's shorter
No,
than
bro.
me.
No, sir. Are
There's
you
no
sure?
way.
Come on, Greg. Don't do the man like that. Don't do him
See,
like that,
you
cuz.
you guys
He
make me
5'2"
share
for real?
stuff.
I gotta Google it too. I just don't believe Kevin Hart
Damn, that
5'2".
makes sense though.
Hey, look.
Oh wow.
No, man. No,
Hey,
dog. No, you ain't gonna
listen.
do it like that.
I ain't gonna do you like that.
Damn.
I'm going anything that I spit on this podcast, people can challenge, and cause I know I'm going to be challenged. So I'm going to tell you the facts. I'm not going to sit up and make up nothing. If I
That's
don't
Yeah.
know, I don't
that had to
know.
be one of them things where he swooned me by conversation I mean, we had to have like a
So,
real, but
but
like if you
okay,
came
even
up
though
to
he's
me and
five
like
two,
he said, let me give you my number, I'm probably gonna be like, oh.
so let me put
Oh,
it
but
this
I'm gonna
way,
give him my number though. Cause you
right?
know men crazy these
We,
days. Baby,
we're
you
gonna
can
talk
have my
about that.
number.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. So let me ask you this:
Okay.
even though he's 5'2", if he was Jay-Z, then that's a different type of swag. You see, if you took Jay-Z
Jay-Z
and
with money.
with money and put him into that's a different kind of swag.
But
See,
Jay-Z
but
without money, I still would have dated him.
exactly, that's my point. So, but
Go
Kevin
on now,
Hart,
Nika. Go on,
I
Nika.
would have. Yeah.
yeah,
Jay-Z without
oh
money
yeah,
is
Jay-Z, man,
he could get it.
he's
He could
cool
have got
AF.
it.
I
Now I don't
agree.
know
I
Greg,
believe
Beyonce with
that.
this whole my
I
Greg,
believe
beautiful
her. I
husband.
believe.
She
What's
know
up,
him on
bro?
a different level. But
you always pulling up some pictures, and I ain't saying nothing, but get the original Jay Z. Get Jay Z.
not high school Jay-Z.
Get first album Jay Z.
Okay, well I must not know what first album Jay-Z looked like.
You don't. You don't. You don't. You
I'm just
don't. You
saying.
don't.
Is that
I'm just
bad?
saying now.
It's bad.
I'm just
It's
saying.
bad. He
I'm
was
just
Oh,
saying.
compared to a camel at one point in time.
not a camel.
Yeah, a camel. He said not a camel. Yeah.
Not a camel. Money
Yeah.
changes
Yeah.
things all around the
I
board. It
mean,
just
But
because
don't.
I
hey,
mean, look at
You
Nene when
know.
she first got on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Then
oh
when
yeah,
she
yeah.
got some
Need.
coins, baby is serving, okay, in her
Hey,
glory.
listen. I mean, makeup. So you're hitting on all the subjects because that makeup will do wonders
Oh
for
yeah,
you.
that's true.
That makeup will
And
do
see,
wonders.
believe it or not, I hate makeup.
Really?
After I get off this podcast, I be like,
You have to take
you
it
know
all
what I
off and
mean?
everything.
Oh my God, because it's a process if you do it correctly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And even after COVID, I literally forgot how to use makeup. But
That is
I mean,
funny.
Wow.
That is funny. She said she literally forgot how to
oh
use it.
yeah, because I
Wow.
was more into my skincare. Like if I could walk around with clear skin and just give me some eyebrows, some lashes, and a good gloss. I don't really like gloss, but chapstick, I'm
Mm-hmm.
good. I feel like I'm good. But, I was talking to some people about the scale. So I learned something new about the whole dating scale or
So
what
tell us,
women.
give us a
Here we
couple of
go.
examples then. Walk
Here
us
we
through
go.
it.
I just feel so
Here we
bad
go.
about this freaking scale. I feel like
Walk us
women
through
get
it.
so slighted. Like, we cannot help how we look. God created us.
But walk me through it. Give me an idea what some of the examples that you've received. Walk me
Damn,
through.
how I say this without.
You got
I
to be
just was
real.
talking to the person about people that
Okay.
I thought were decent. And
Okay.
they're like,
Nope.
on a scale of 1 to 10, that's like
3.
a 4 or something like that. And I was like, well, damn. Like,
Yep.
well, so
No.
he asked,
Yeah.
well, what do you feel like you are? I said, I give myself about a 7. He said, you can't give yourself a 7. That's what Kevin Samuels always used to tell y'all. Y'all can't give
That's the
yourself a
average.
7.
Right. Everybody's gonna
I'm
fall
gonna
default.
give myself a 10. Now my confidence is on 10 and beyond. But
Right.
I'm gonna be woman enough and sit here and say, I don't feel like I'm a 10 without, you know what I mean, just straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm
Right.
decent. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
good on the eyes. I don't need a lot.
Right.
But this whole scale, like,
That's
I
funny.
feel like 10s usually be like exotic women. They got the hair, they got the skin, they got the, you know
They
what
don't
I
have to be
mean? Like,
exotic women though, because you can be. Let me tell you, I love a dark skinned woman that I don't care if she blackety blickety black.
yeah, I've seen some
But
beautiful black. Yeah.
listen, I'm trying to tell you, I mean, there are some beautiful women. It doesn't have to be all the different type of exotic and all that kind of stuff, but um, you raised a point. If you recall on the last podcast we did when we was talking to the
Yeah.
guest Tracy,
You're right.
and I told her, I said, you're making me categorize you based on certain things that she was saying. So it's not that guys, it's not all guys. All guys don't necessarily go around and say, oh, she a 3, she a 5. And
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
all do that. We don't all do that, but we will categorize you from the perspective of, depends on your conversation. I'm going to put you in, I can get that ass, or I'm going to put her in the friend zone, or give her a couple of days and then I'll get that ass. Or I'm going to put you on the shelf and then take you off the shelf. George, tell me if I'm right or wrong. If I'm wrong, cool. Shut me down. But to some degree, we kind of got. Go ahead.
I think the first law of attraction is physical, right?
It
I
is
think the
for us.
first
Right.
law of attraction is physical. We do that, so let's take it and make it an inanimate object, right? As soon as we walk on a car lot, we grab and we gravitate to what car kind of calls us, right?
Attracts
Yeah,
us.
yeah. So the first law of attraction is physical. I think once you grow, physical doesn't mean as much as energy, right? If your
Correct.
energy, I can tell a person, not just women, I can tell a person that just got bad energy. I can already tell how they finna come
Right.
off, how they finna do. If you say hello, I can tell how your hello is. So yeah, we can compartmentalize that immediately. And actually, women don't get this point, and it's not a bad thing, but it's a real thing. A man can tell in your response how good you are or how free you are sexually, right? If
Exactly.
you real rigid, now this may not be a rule, but I found it to be pretty true. If you
I
fun
never
and
paid
fun
attention.
loving, hey, how you doing? Do. You be like, oh, she
There's no
she
drinks
she
involved.
down. Yeah, this no. I mean, you ain't gotta be
You
Nigga said he
Laurel
gotta
and
be drunk.
Hardy with it, but
a
you can
little
be. You know what I'm saying? You can be a little just have a bubbly
Free.
personality. Bubbly, yeah. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
bubbly.
Versus somebody like, hey, oh hell
Right.
no. You can tell that person right there gonna be like, don't put my leg up, put my leg down.
Right.
Man, what
Oh,
the hell?
really?
Yeah. So so you just try to stay away from that. So you try to be around people with upbeat, smiley, few personalities as a man, even as a friend. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a big telltale sign. You know?
Yeah. But Nika, you avoided my question. I'm gonna go back to
What?
it. I didn't mean to sidetrack.
Sure.
Kevin Hart, you gonna date him or not?
He not my type.
Rich Kevin or Kevin without money? Which one we talking
Rich
about?
Kevin right now. What
Hell
about
yeah,
Rich
she
Kevin
dating
right
Rich
now?
Kevin. Rich Kevin about $100 million in the bank.
He not your type? Nope.
No, Nika.
Okay.
Wow. So you telling
That's
me
interesting.
if you was single and you was out at the party and today's Kevin Hart rolled up
Walked
on
up
you,
to you.
like you know who he
I
is. You ain't gotta
can't answer that
introduce
question.
himself.
Like, I don't know. Like,
You're not feeling it.
no,
She's
he's a
not feeling
cheater
it.
and he
Not
has
feeling it.
money. Like, that shit don't swoon me. Money
Right.
and material does not swoon me. It never has. It never will.
Makes sense.
Like,
Right.
I have talked to street guys who had it. Like, that don't do nothing for me. Like, if I
Makes
gotta
sense.
share you with the community, why I want you?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm not trying
So
to fight
you'll
for
go with
to be on the team.
So you'll go with Tory Hart, Kevin. That's what you're saying. The up and coming.
Hell no. I still would. He would have never got me. Sorry, Kevin. Yeah,
But Jay-Z would have the pre-money Jay-Z.
Oh, I
That
can see
first
Jay-Z. Remember, I told you. That's what I'm saying. Listen, man,
man, you
Jay-Z,
gotta
he's on a whole different
talk,
swag level,
like
man.
his mental, like you don't even
Right.
understand. Like even before I knew about, like I would talk to guys. Like I'm not really ashamed of maybe one or two, like even in high school, but your intellect, it had to do something. When I saw a guy who was super smart, he was 6'5" and he was smart in his class. He had a girlfriend and I wanted him and I was gonna wait my turn until I got him.
So you are a sapiosexual, is what you're saying.
I don't know what that means.
That's the person that's attracted to intellect.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I like an intelligent. I didn't realize it when I was younger, but I do like an intelligent man. Like, don't make me feel stupid. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna ask 1,000 questions.
No, that's good. Ain't no question of dumb question.
I like to be around people that I'm gonna learn from. Like, what can you teach me?
That's it. I hear you.
Yeah, for a long time growing up, I tried to. Y'all gonna laugh. I tried to model myself after Tupac. And I even to this day.
There's no way you even remotely.
You have got
it. Could Tupac?
You got a thug life tattoo on your chest, on your stomach.
I almost no, you laughing, but I'm telling you, man.
You
Until it took my mom, like I told you guys, Nikki, y'all know the story. It took my mom to do some real changing on me to get me out of certain mindset.
You tell you about to get thug life on your stomach, dude.
Shit, easy.
Yeah, overgrown Tupac.
I listen, easy. So,
that's funny.
So now I think I'm about to put a tribal dragon right here. Now I'm just gonna put a tribal dragon. I'm not gonna do a full sleeve.
I was just about to say that. I don't have one tattoo.
I don't.
Really?
I don't.
I was being a follower and a rebel. I hate the tattoos that I have.
Yeah.
Like I try to tell my daughter, like, don't do it. I just. It's really true. Like
I saw a guy. His whole arm was done.
Whole sleeve.
I'm like, that joker must not plan on being 50 or 60 years old.
You don't think about that though. You don't think about that in the. Now, when I turned 18, I got my tongue pierced, my navel pierced, and my first tattoo. Like, I love a piercing. Piercings are great.
Makes sense. So let me ask you this, George. Did you have a chance to look at in our chat group? Did you see the lady who did the makeup who went from one phase and transitioned to the other phase? Nika laughing.
I've seen a lot of those videos.
That's a lot.
I've seen a lot of those videos.
So that was mild, and her face was beat up, like beat the fabulous up.
So how do y'all groom y'all boys for that type of thing, like for the first date? Because a woman is gonna be made up.
And then she get home and she take that off? I'll
Well,
beat her
will
ass.
she really take it off? When will he see it? Like, you know what I mean?
That ain't something you hide right there, though. That's almost
You
like
can't. You got to let me know up front. You got to let
a
me know
little
up
bit of
front.
fun. I mean, but you know, I mean,
What
you
kind of
kind
dates
of
you gonna take her on so you'll know? No,
Oh
it's
God.
girls out
Oh
here who
God.
can really put on, bruh. Like, for real. Like, there are
I've seen
women
some
like that.
transition videos where these chicks are, and I'm not trying to look. Let me be clear. I'm not trying to. I don't want no emails and no
you
letters.
gonna get it. It's too late.
But I'm just saying. Listen,
I mean, if a
you
person
got to be
butt ugly,
upfront with
they know
me.
they butt
You
ugly.
got to be. Here's the deal. You got to be upfront. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna touch on this lightly, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna touch on this real lightly, guys. You got to be upfront, and there ain't nothing wrong with it, and I'm cool with it.
Oh,
But you got to be upfront with the guys, with me, upfront. If you know that you look like Flavor Flav mom, and you put on some,
keep saying Flavor Flav mom, and I can't remember what that lady looked like. She probably cute little elderly. God,
see
is she
what?
still alive? Ooh,
Ooh, Jesus! Why don't somebody send
Leave
Nika
that
a
man
picture
mama
of
alone.
Flavor Flav mom?
that's his
But
favorite go-to. But go ahead.
yeah, because you ain't seen her. George
No,
no.
I don't
So, but
remember.
here's the deal. So, if you look real rough and then you put on some makeup and you damn Beyonce now, because I've seen that. I've seen where these people have done these transitions, and I'm just like, look, you got to tell the guy at some point. You got to be honest with the guy and be like, hey, let me take off. Don't be going to sleep with the makeup on, because that's what women do. Women will go to sleep with the makeup on, and then
No.
now I'm in a regret.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
pillowcase
So
gonna be a fool though.
it's gonna be
Before
a
my
fool.
dad passed, his wife, then wife, she used to get up at 3 in the morning and pile her face on with makeup.
See, that's that bullshit.
And I was
Why?
young, and I was like, why does this lady have on makeup at 5 in the
5
morning?
o'clock in the
Like,
morning. Right.
Did she need it, or did she always want him to look at her as a finished face, or what was the deal?
I don't know. I think my dad had a thing for older women, so I just think it's one of those. I don't feel she was the prettiest, and she wasn't the prettiest. It's a whole nother conversation, but she wasn't
I'm gonna
beautiful.
Google this story where this guy in South Africa divorced this lady.
Yeah.
You remember?
Well, there's a man who sued a woman because they had a baby, and the baby came out looking different. So he sued her.
See,
He sued her because she had all
what?
this plastic
Wait,
surgery. So
wait.
he wasn't even with the real woman, and that's the sad part about today's society. Think about it. Filler. If I go get filler in my lips, I'm gonna look totally different.
All right.
Lips alone.
Let me go and hit you. Let me go and hit George with it.
Okay.
Charles and Nettie. All right.
Not Charles and Nettie.
I'm gonna go and hit him with it. So I don't know much about them, and if Nettie or whichever
Netta.
Nettie, if she
Netta.
put if
Hey.
is it what's the pronoun? What's the pronoun for Nettie? Is she
Him,
pronoun?
her,
Nettie.
he, him, her.
So
Netta.
so if Nettie puts on a wig, God,
Boy, you
I
almost
can't
made me
believe
wet my camera up. It's Netta, boy.
whatever the hell
It's
the name
Netta.
is. Netta? That's what it
If
is?
Joe, I'll just play it.
Oh,
Is Netta?
God.
Is it Netta?
It's Netta.
Okay,
Okay.
if Charles and Netta. Okay, if
Charles.
Netta,
It's not no R. It's Charles.
Charles. It's just Charles.
Charles and
That's
Netta.
it. Charles and Netta.
Woo!
All right. If Netta puts on a wig and fool you, George, come
Come
on.
on, Greg.
I need for the letters to be directed to George based on this answer, guys. So you guys, all the people that are viewing this, send him.
You ain't finna set me up, bro. You ain't finna set
Joy
me up.
said, no comment. He plead the fifth.
Big Netta ain't finna run up on me, boy. Ain't
No.
nothing like, boy, ain't nothing like them Lee press on nails scratching your head.
bruh.
No,
Nah, I
oh,
think one thing about Netta don't fool nobody. Now
So
I done
Netta
seen
didn't
a
go
lot of
through the process, no, right? Netta didn't go through the
no. I think
mm-mm.
no
yeah,
pro.
she's. I mean yeah, he
Which
still got
one?
a look
She,
cause
he? You confused? You saying he,
she got
she?
in the
Which one?
pool and it said, Netta, you forgot to put your Peter up.
Oh my
Mm.
God! Wow. All right. So here's another
Woo!
question. You got me asking this question. So let's just say if Netta still got
Mm-hmm.
the Peter that
But you know
she
T.S.
didn't put
Madison
up.
still got her Peter.
I like T.S. Madison. Cool.
Yeah,
I
TS is
love.
different because
Right.
that's who asked Netta about, what is her sexuality. Now, the thing about Netta
Oh,
was
okay.
she said that in Alabama, people still know her as Netta, of course, Joe or whatever, but she wasn't big on dressing up like a woman. She just got into that. She
Just
just
now.
would put on pants and a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
a lot of people in Alabama may do, just, regular.
Did
But
George? Did
now
When
that
you
she?
say
she's an
people
icon on the internet.
Hold.
when you
Did,
just say people in Alabama just might
are you
be
trying to?
regular
No,
like
I'm
that.
Right.
saying like small town. A lot of small town women. I'm not saying it to be funny. Some
Yes,
small
you are.
town women don't dress up for real. They just put on t-shirt and sweatpants. Now
You
the
talk about the
Okay.
younger
real small
generation,
town. You talk about
Right.
somewhere
yeah.
Okay.
like
But I think
Yeah.
they're
okay.
from a real small town in
Oh,
Like
Alabama. I
Augusta.
can't
Richardson.
even remember. I'm not
Like
saying
Augusta.
Birmingham. Like Birmingham would be city, right?
You talking about Birmingham City. This fool talking about Augusta.
Oh no.
Don't do Augusta like that. The Augusta
Yeah,
is
cause
the
my
second
sister in
largest
Augusta
city
and
in
she swear
Georgia.
they so seedy. I'm like, girl, y'all country.
It's country
But
up there, but
anywho,
it's the second largest city in Georgia.
they
But
I know
still
it. I
be
know it.
they
I'm
country.
just
no,
But
they
messing.
anyway,
yeah, Wrightsboro Road. I know it
All right.
well.
but no,
All
they're
right.
from a really small town in
Okay,
Alabama. I'm not saying no slight to no women or how they dress, but I'm
right.
just saying what Netta said. She just dressed like, jeans and a shirt or some jogging
Hmm.
pants and a big shirt or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Like comfortable. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Not
So
so much
do
as
you?
glamorous.
So do the women that are going or the men that are going through that process? Do they need if because if
I don't know if she
some
going through
like
the
if
process.
you go out of the country and you go to Singapore or whatever, and they got these guys who dress up with
I love Singapore.
everything looking good, still got breasts, and still got what you call Peter down there.
Johnson,
Do
Peter.
they need to come clean in the onset of the relationship and say, "Hey, I still got Peter down here," before they
I think
get
a lot of
to,
them should come clean in the beginning. Most of them
or
will
do
tell
they
you
need
they
to
do.
make you fall in love with them, and then all of a sudden,
This See, that's
That's not
dangerous.
fair.
So
That's
yeah,
not
but
fair.
see, but that's dangerous. You're somebody that is not, identified themselves as gay or bisexual,
hmm
and you kind of hold that off, and then, but personally myself, I don't think a guy could trick me, right? I just don't think. I don't think a guy would have
They getting
still.
real.
bro, listen,
The ones with
I've
money,
seen,
baby.
bro,
Now we ain't talking about
I've
Oh,
none at this
seen,
point, but the ones with money,
I mean, I
they
get
listen,
it.
look better
right,
than
I
the
mean,
women.
and
right,
still got a
I've
Peter
seen
and all
some,
that. So now you dealing with your safety, right? Because if I by happenstance mistake you as a woman, as a real woman, and you done kiss me
Mm.
on my neck or hug me or something like that, now we're gonna have
Now
to
you gonna
scrap.
feel some kind of way.
listen,
Yeah.
man, I've been to Singapore where when we walked into the Orchard side downtown in Singapore, they literally they separate you. They have
Mm-hmm.
the and I can't remember what they call them men boys. I can't remember the term, so I don't want to offend anybody. But I think it's
Yeah.
like the little boys or whatever, the little boys or whatever it is
Cheats with
on one
deets.
side, and then the just a regular nightclub or whatever on another side. And when you walk into this district,
Oh, really?
the women on on the regular side, they do everything to convince you as a guy that they are all women. This is how crazy it is, because when you walk in and if you see those guys dressed up, looking good with all the attributes of, the transition that they're trying to do, which is cool, guys. I just want to be clear, and it's cool with it. But what I'm saying is these jokers be looking
Made
like
up.
made
Yeah.
up, bro. And so you
Yeah.
are like, God dang. But when
Mm,
you go to, if you, like you said, if you just only want, a woman who was born that way or whatever, however the people express it, then they do everything to try and let you know.
Yeah, you gotta
yeah.
say that if you're a transsexual or
Yeah,
something,
you have
you
to
gotta
let
say
them
that.
know.
You yeah,
Got it.
it wouldn't be cool,
All
and
It's
I
right.
think
so
they
not.
do because it's bodily harm that can happen
I
doing that.
understand. Right. Got it. I just wanted to lightly touch on that subject because,
Yeah, I
that's a
don't even know how
dangerous.
they got together. I think they got together on the app or something like that. It's
Oh,
so
really?
weird because
On the
he
app?
was with a woman before. So yeah, that's
He's
kind of
a
wild.
again, I think he's a little touched a
Yeah.
little bit, and then some people would do anything to be taken care of, right?
And that's what I got
Yeah,
from that last conversation that they had because she
yeah,
said that he was living with his dad and he had no car. So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just like,
Some
oh,
people
okay.
really don't have any moral compass when it comes
Quorums.
to when it's time to get
Mhm.
paid, you know what I'm saying, or not want to go get it themselves, so they'll do anything, you know what I'm saying.
So
Men
you,
are
you
dating
think he's
women
doing this
outside of
for?
the,
You think he's doing it to just get paid? That's what you think?
I
Some
think
people think
she
that.
offered him security, right? He
Hmm.
was living with his dad. Netta had her own house. Shoot,
She was
she
cooking for
cooking.
him and his
Yeah,
dad.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So, yeah, I mean, we have that in real
Hey,
life.
it is what it is.
There are men that deal with women
Yeah.
because they got it. So
Hmm.
they just ride the pony. They just ride the horse. There's women that do the same thing. So why
Got it.
wouldn't it be applicable for them? I
But
just
would
think it
you
is what
want
it
a
is.
woman to just sit at home, cook, clean, and just be a trad wife?
What kind of wife?
Traditional. It's a new
Uh,
word, trad.
Dog,
Trad.
Nika be coming up. She be keeping us.
She
She be
come-
keeping us on what's new,
she keep
Greg.
us
God,
on
I ain't know
point, don't
what
she?
she. I thought she
I
like
didn't
a
know what she
trap,
said.
like
I
she
said
selling
trap.
No,
dope.
I
like
said trap.
trad. Instead of saying
We
traditional,
at
you
trap
just say
house.
trad. Because
Oh,
there's a
Trad.
girl on TikTok and her name, she's a model. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if y'all saw her yet. Nora Smith. This
mm,
Mm-mm.
bitch is like next level. Like she makes everything. I'm talking about cereal, bread, everything from scratch. So it's just like, would you want somebody like that? And then she's just so beautiful. Like she has on her modern outfits and she's so calm and so poised. And it's like, girl,
What's her
how?
name?
Like Nora Smith.
mm.
And she's
And
married.
there's another one, I forgot her name, but she went to Gucci and she bought her a dress and she
Mm-hmm.
went home, changed her work clothes, put on her Gucci dress, and
Mm-hmm.
she cooked meals for her children and cleaned up in her Gucci dress. It's like these, and that's her
That's
real
deep.
life. It's not. I don't think it's like fake. Nora is definitely not fake
What's her
because
last
there's no
name?
way.
Nora what?
Nora Smith,
Okay,
George is googling
I think.
I need to pull that thing up.
it. And she's married, right?
Yeah,
No.
her husband is
Okay.
Caucasian and he's white. But if for anything, I think she's Mormon or something like that. Does that make a
Okay.
difference?
I
No,
don't know, man.
I
She
don't
makes
think so.
everything from cinnamon toast crunch. She's like, yeah, I woke up this morning. My kids wanted cereal. I made them cinnamon toast. And she proceeded to make the dough, let it sit for a
Mm-hmm.
few hours, roll
Yeah.
it out. Like
Wow.
I
And cut it
literally
up.
I had to delete her because I was just so consumed because I can't believe a person really lives like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this their
Wow.
real
Yeah.
life.
Would you want to be a trad traditional?
No, because I ain't your maid. I want to
Why
be
you got
in
to
a
be a maid?
household where, because I'm not saying you would say that, but
Yeah.
sometimes you got it. Like Charles, for instance, like he said an interview like modern women don't know their place. Well, what does that mean? What is
Right.
our
What does that
place?
mean? Right.
You know what I mean? Like what is a woman's place in your eyes? And I think that's a question you definitely need to ask nowadays. Is it because some
Mm.
men want you to cook,
Mm-hmm.
clean,
Yeah.
suck, and you know what, whenever they want it? And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, damn, do I gotta work too? Because if I gotta work, that's a lot.
Hmm. Dang, that's deep. Okay, you got me on that one. Let me take a sip.
No, it's a lot. Just being a woman myself, like having kids. One kid is one. Having two is plenty. God bless the people who have more than two. I don't know how to do it.
Right.
If they have a village. I don't have a village like that, but you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I can't just drop my kids off at my mother's house, or their grandmother's house. They don't have grandparents like that. So
It's
harder.
a conversation about modern women, and I'm just speculating because I don't have a true bead on what the definition is. But
I've
heard it. I heard it before. So is it that modern women are so independent in a relationship that it seems like there's no what we would used to say covering, or there's no head of house. How does I mean? That's what I kind of always hear it reflected as modern women don't do the traditional things anymore. Like
so
I
many
think a man
different
should
phases
work.
of it.
I think a man should work, take out the garbage, cut the grass. I mean, but I'm born in a different time, right? So that would be a modern man to me. But in today's world,
Not the fireworks going off when
you
you was
know,
born in a different time.
boom, that
No, I
that
think
men
what
don't
it
cut
is,
grass no more, or use power
depending
tools.
on what kind of man you got.
Right,
If
right.
he's from the city men don't do that. Like real country men who grew up in the woods, they'll cut some grass.
No, I was born in Detroit. I was cutting grass at probably about 8 or 9 years old.
Detroit is the city. You don't even sit home long enough to cut some grass.
I'm talking about when I was young. And then I mean, my life got too busy, so I got a landscaper. When we did, there was grass to be helped because I could. I mean, it's just my life's gone too much. But for a
Most
minute, I used
men
to cut my own
nowadays
grass.
are not most modern guys are not cutting grass.
Yeah,
They can't even work with their damn hands.
It's just
They can't
easier
even fix
now
nothing.
it's easier now because back in the day, like you said, we used to, you can cut the grass. Time goes on, you get busier, you get more responsibilities, and it's easier for me to just get a maintenance guy to just come in and do that yard work. That's fine. But even now, I'd like when I had my Lexus, it was an older model truck. I would do my own oil change, my own brakes, my own everything. I did all that.
Oh yeah.
I don't do that with the other cars.
You can't do that with that because you'll mess that car up. Because that has happened to me when I had an Infinity. Bruh tried to change the brakes, and it's like you ruined the whole system because you got to have a computer for that.
Right.
But it's something sexy about a man who works with his hands and doesn't have to call somebody every time.
Oh yeah.
Now you do. I think with women, there are those independent women who are just doing the most. You know what I mean? And there are the angry black not black, but I'll say black because that's the community I'm speaking on.
Angry black women.
They've seen so many people in their households, whether it's their auntie, their grandma, all of these type people, cook, clean, do all this, and they man still out here sleeping around, ain't coming home at night, this, that, and the third. So women nowadays are saying, you know what, I don't have to put up with this. Like, you're not going to be my headache. I'm not about to be at home doing this, cooking, cleaning, all this and that. And they just, you know what I mean?
That's fair.
It sounds like a brokenness. It sounds like the system is broke.
That's what I'm trying
to say. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't
it's
so
a trauma.
much. It sounds like and me and one of my buddies was talking about this, that there is a war going on between black men and black women, right?
Yeah.
We unless you're, have different sexual preferences, you have to be with a person of the opposite sex. But it seems like it's so much strife between the sexes now, between the black man and the black woman. Black man, she don't do this and she don't do that, and the black man, and the black woman,
but that's not
he don't do this and he don't do
that. It's based on looks. It's based on sexuality.
But even once
think about it.
Yeah.
I don't even. Nah.
I think
it's
I don't
more
know.
to it.
I don't know. I mean, if you just like Nika, you and I kind of social media.
Yeah.
Versus that guy.
Yeah.
And you could just see, if I read a post, I can just look at the comments in there and it's just a boom. It's just a battle between the women and men. If a man posts something that makes a woman feel like she's not being accountable, the women get in the post. But when he da da da, if a woman posts something that makes a man seem accountable, the men jump in the post, and it's just like, man, what y'all gonna do? If y'all can't get along, how you gonna coexist, right? With not feeling like they need the other, and then it's this tug of war. It just seems like a real travesty going forward.
Well, I think some people, like I said, some women were brought up around broken women, so that's what they are taught, and that's that's their learned behavior. And some people don't realize they have to unlearn certain things. But also, men take advantage of some good women, like
true.
they still, you could be the best woman you could be. I remember, like I told you before, like I had a couple of guys come back and say, "I'm sorry, you are ahead of your time."
Yeah, and I think
So,
I think that's the lower majority, where good people, men or women, get bad people. I think
and I
that's
feel
not
like men
as
get
often.
complacent too. Like once you
I
got a
think
good woman,
everybody get. Oh, I think
Everybody
everybody
nah,
gets complacent.
I think men get way more complacent than women.
See, and
No,
that's and that, so this
I would agree. I would agree. Men probably get a
really.
little more. Yeah, men probably get a little bit more complacent
Oh
than women
wow.
on certain.
Women gotta stay up on it. We gotta keep our bodies right. We gotta be sexual. Whenever you wanna tap that ass, we gotta turn over, toot it up. Like that's one of the things my mom told me. She's like, I don't care if that man tap you,
George
you
said,
better
really?
toot your ass up
Yeah.
and give it to him because you don't want him to get it from the streets. And it's just
Streets.
like, okay, I gotta do all this shit. I gotta keep myself together. But y'all can go around here, stomach could be hanging, no going to the gym, this, that, and the third. Just get your
Why
little
you sound
wallet
so
together
mad?
and
Damn.
boom. You that
Why you sound so
ninja.
mad, George?
Yeah, I am. I did get a little hostile.
She sound
She just proved my
she,
own conversation just then. That's why I
she,
ain't say nothing. I was like,
bro,
she
she
went to
sound mad. That's
go.
right.
I was
I
waiting on
mean,
that one.
but
You
it's
I had the
how,
ammo.
and that's
she was waiting on
that's a
that.
good topic of conversation. How do we take the air out of that balloon, right? I think that's what we're trying to do because, in my opinion, as I've gone through life a little bit now, how do you take the air out of the balloon where you marry or you cohabitate or you get in this close relationship with somebody and you're in the house with your enemy instead of pulling in the same direction, both of you both. Because me, I hear men all the time say, she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do this, I pay all the
I feel
bills
like
and I do
marriage
this,
should
da
be a
da da da.
subscription. I feel like marriage should be a subscription. If you want to subscribe another year, good. If you don't, walk away clean.
But the funny part
Because
about that, that's good. Yeah.
because sometimes it may be y'all grow, apart. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
may grow further than the other one, or like you said, like a woman get tired. Like, damn, what more do you want from me? I gave you everything I've got, and you still want to go out and cheat, or you still want to go out and do this, or you don't want to, you don't see, like, I think men put more effort into chasing the woman than keeping the woman.
Yeah. And I think cheating is a big thing, but I think there are a whole lot of things that break down a relationship other than cheating, right? I
Right,
think
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
not
think that's the,
necessarily cheating all the time. I
yeah,
don't
I
feel
think,
like
yeah,
I don't feel like every man cheat. I really
right.
don't.
I think that's the coup de grace to women that you cheated, right? And I've
Yeah.
had this conversation with people is that can you drive somebody out the house, right? Can your
Yeah.
behavior be
Mhm.
so demoralizing that it drives you out the house? So now, how did I get out here, right? Nobody jumps out of a Delta plane, right? It's heading to wherever it's going. Nobody just opens the door and jumps out a perfectly good plane,
And a
right?
woman is going to emotionally detach in her head first before
Right,
she makes her break, if
Boom.
she's
right,
able.
That is so
right,
true. That is
right.
so true that women go through that process
Yeah.
because the heart is still going to be there. But,
Mhm.
the minute that you are able to get in and plant that seed and she's emotionally, she's trying to detach from that, that's the vulnerable state.
Because if
That
you
is,
really love somebody, you don't just get over them. It takes a minute,
Oh yeah, Right.
It takes
Well, I
I
don't
don't care
know.
how many
I've had
times
this
your
Listen.
sister.
conversation. I've had this
Yeah.
conversation with an old girl. I was like, look, you know, if you say it takes a minute, my thing is for me, I'm like, look, will you be mad? And if something happened, or if we're not, with each other, can I just bounce in 2 months? Is that too short of a time?
Can you bounce? What you mean? Can you recover
if
and
if
heal,
you
or
if you
can you?
die, if you die,
Okay.
or if
Well,
we break
dying is
up,
a different
Damn,
thing.
2 months.
if we break
That I think the
if we
true the
break up,
true I think the
for,
true essence of it is you
is that
grieve.
too short?
I think so. Yeah. All depends on
Bro,
how long
you
you were
are
with that person.
Okay,
nympho,
let,
clearly.
let me
Yeah.
let me just
It all
let me
depends
ask
on
this
how long
question.
you how long were you with the person. You can move on after two
Right.
months.
Let's do that
All right,
first.
so let me really quantify it. Let me make sure I understand it, because I don't know why
Okay.
that's so shocking. So let me ask this real quick. If you're in a relationship for 10 years or 3 years or whatever, okay, 2
Let's go with
years you're in a
10. Let's
relationship.
go with 10. Let's go with
Because
10.
10 years, and then the
Okay.
person, what, man or woman, they die. All
Right.
right. How long do I have to wait before I can be with another woman? Or in a case, if it's a woman and the man die, how long she have to wait? Women gonna wait, but from a man perspective, George, I'm gonna talk to you
That's,
first.
I
How
mean,
long?
I think that's based on your grieving process, right? Because if you grieve and you get over it and you can identify this person died, that's just that person is gone, right? But if a relationship comes to an end,
Shawty been watching him for a long time. She
no,
know
no, no,
his
no, no.
feelings
Right,
is big,
dude.
I
Come
mean,
and
but
on,
what
she
I'm
ready.
what
She
I'm
man.
waiting
hearing,
on that
no, no,
moment
no,
for
Man,
her
no. What I'm
vulnerability,
man.
and she
what
gonna
I'm
slip
hearing,
them panties to the
I know.
side.
But
It's,
you can sleep with somebody anytime.
Right,
But I'm talking
right,
about engage after your spouse that you love dies. You
yeah,
can go out and sleep with somebody, but I'm talking
right.
about
yeah,
truly engaging another. Oh, you can go out and get the booty anytime, right?
yeah.
But I'm talking
Okay.
about
All right.
I'm
That's
talking
one
about
thing.
the grief process and somebody dying that you truly was into. That
Okay.
shit takes a minute. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Okay.
Even divorce that takes a minute.
And I've heard that
Necessary
All
it's
right.
like
divorce,
a death
right? Even
in
if
the
it's
So,
house.
necessary, even if you it's done. But when you spend a certain amount of time with a person, you have to go through a process. You know what I'm
all
saying?
right. So, has a woman ever asked you, George, that
Uh
if she passed, how long will it take for you to get into another relationship? Has a woman ever asked you that?
huh. I
Be
don't think I've
1,000.
I don't think I've
Never.
ever been asked that, but I can say, um, man, I don't know. In my older age now, it's just a little different for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, cause you ain't
Because it's
got
so hard.
time.
Because it's so hard to find people. Because you
Shit,
said get into a relationship with.
I got
You
supposed to
ain't
wait
say
10
just.
years.
You ain't
I
just
ain't got
say
to you wait
yeah.
10 years.
Right.
Shit,
You ain't say
you going
hell
against
no.
gravity and the
You better
goddamn grave at
goddamn
this
get the
point.
moving.
Nika, what
That's why
about
I ain't
you?
play. I don't
If
play with
if
my
if you're
life.
in a
Shit.
relationship, all right,
I don't
Nika,
play
if you're in
with
a
it.
Oh
relationship,
God.
what about you? How long would you wait before you start giving up the booty or get in a relationship? Two questions.
I don't know, because when you be vulnerable, men, and especially if they had their eyes on you already, they gonna know
They
how to
do.
just
They do.
slide that
They
thing
looking
right
at
up
you
in
right
there.
now.
Mm.
They do.
Mm.
Go on, give me an
Ooh,
answer.
I don't think y'all like the people. Y'all, I don't like the folks y'all
George,
talk about.
you on some bullshit, George.
No,
I
no,
don't,
come on
you
back
No,
to me with this.
I don't feel like y'all it's gonna be next week. Like I
no,
don't think it'll be
no.
2 months. I think it'll be a little longer.
What,
Cause
3
I don't
months?
even think I would be out. I wouldn't
No.
even be out and about. It would take somebody to be like, you know what, Nika, let's go have a drink or something like that. Cause I'd be in my house.
They're gonna be
So it
waiting
would
in the
take me a minute.
wing. That's exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna be
How
waiting in
you
the
gonna
wing.
find me? Where the wing at?
They
Where you
waiting.
gonna find me? You gonna
Oh,
come to my
trust me.
studio?
Well, hey, they might. Shit. All right, George, I'm coming back to you, man, because
Yeah, yeah,
y'all
yeah.
on some bullshit,
No,
man.
man. No, no,
No,
no, no,
I'm
no,
being
no.
serious.
No, I'm just talking about physicality. That
Okay.
ain't no problem. We already identified that we can sleep with a woman without emotion, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But you're with somebody and they die, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
really, that's your people. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
That's
Okay.
hard.
That shit is hard to get
Okay.
over, man. You know
And
what
That's
I'm
you
fair.
said
saying?
2 months.
Yeah.
That's
All
hard to
right.
get over. Even though your body might be wanting to get down, you know what I'm saying?
Well, for a woman,
Right.
you
It's
got that
it's
good old toy.
Yeah,
All I need is a little vibration.
But that toy
oh
ain't gonna do
God,
it. Listen. That toy. Let me tell you something. You
that
talking about the
rose,
toy?
No, I ain't got no rose. I don't like all that. Like,
That
just
toy.
give me the little.
the bullet.
Look.
She like the
92.
little bullet.
Y'all are tripping, boy.
Yeah,
Look,
she like that
I'm gonna tell you this.
little.
92% of the women say they orgasm when pleasuring themselves. 92%. But but but
Oh,
but look, check this out.
You can't make yourself
75%.
come. That's a bad thing.
75%
that
of the
damn Usher
women.
with that Usher song with that. Yes, that song.
Hold on. No. So 75% of y'all women say y'all never reach an orgasm from intercourse alone. So what you're telling me is you depend on that little tool a lot.
Not all the time, but I mean it makes it. Whew.
Y'all being real. Y'all not being granular enough because there are certain
Truthful.
levels.
So easy for y'all to come
But I'm talking
and y'all
about for a
be leaving
woman,
women
right?
behind.
Yeah. For a
It's a
woman,
mental
though,
thing for
it's so
guys.
many different ways that a woman
Really?
has to come to
Yes.
climax, right? Yeah, yeah. And then, I mean, once you get to a
Yeah, I
certain
need to
age,
be
you know how to
I need to
control
be
yourself as a
like
man
on Mia Culpa in the paint.
on the paint.
Like, ooh,
Yeah,
yeah, like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So speaking about this, let me ask you: why do women not just, because George sort of touched on it, but he skimmed over it? Why do women not just come clean and just say, "Hey, you're not satisfying me, or you're not,
Making
I
me
can't get to an
orgasm.
orgasm, based on what you're doing or what?" Why don't women just talk and have that conversation?
Well,
Because if you had a
I
conversation with
am.
me, that's cool.
Well,
I need to know
I'll
up
be
front.
upfront.
Yeah,
I
Like,
want to
I'll be
know.
upfront. But
yeah.
if you are a seasoned man, to
Nika,
me,
Nika,
unless
Nika, you,
what?
I'll be upfront. You can't be like, "Hey, man, you ain't making me,
Greg, hush,
happy."
because that's not how I do it. I
Oh,
just be
okay.
like, well, that little spot you had did? Like, you remember how you
Mhm.
did that little move? Can you
Right.
do that some more? Like, but
Oh,
if it's
okay.
like
All right. All
over
right.
time and time again, it's like, okay, now you is too seasoned. I'm not about to be a
Got it.
disc jockey. I'm not finna be rubbing myself. I'm not doing all that.
Yeah,
I ain't
and
go to
you have
school
So,
for
to
that.
you have to
this is
you
a
have to
disc
say what it
jockey.
is because not all women come with penetration. It's different. It's
Correct.
different
Correct.
hows to get that person off based on how they learn to come to climax. Right? Some
Mm-hmm.
have
Yeah.
Kegels. Some have Kegels that's out this world.
And I hope y'all
Some
women
Bruh.
still doing y'all Kegels. Cause
Yeah,
I'm doing
some need
Kegels
it.
right now.
Some need it oral. Right, damn.
Right.
Some need an
Damn.
oral
Right.
Right.
release.
Right.
Some like
Right.
all different types. Some might get on top of you. They know how to get their. It's all kind of different ways. But if a
Yeah, it's
guy
Right.
just
different
think he
ways.
gonna beat it out you, oh, he just wasting his time. I need
He
the
wasting
answers
his
to the
time.
test.
Right.
Give me the
Right.
Yeah,
answers
He
to the
wasting his
that's
test.
so
time.
corny.
Right.
Right.
He wasting his
Yeah.
time.
That ain't
Okay.
happening. And for a guy of any age to think that he just finna beat you to that climax, beat you out, he's just crazy. He's
It
just wasting his
it ain't
time.
gonna happen. Right. It ain't
Yeah.
gonna happen. Right.
Like, how do you
Agreed.
want this to happen now? What's your favorite style of
But
this
some
happening?
men don't even give a shit. They just,
Well,
they
they
just
don't want to
care
be
about their own
returned.
needs.
Yeah, they don't want to
Yeah.
be repeat customers, right?
Who? I done seen
I
When you
repeat
put
prefer
customers and
you
still
to I
just
prefer
that
you to
they just
what
orgasm
dive in and
before me.
it just happens.
man, that's crazy.
Which
That's
part?
seriously
Depending on the
that
woman,
that
she
a
might
guy
just have it
don't,
like that.
but that a guy don't actually look, and this is just smart to me, look to
What?
get his woman or whoever his sexual partner is off first, at
That's what I
least,
said. Yeah, that's
or
what I
as
said.
many times as she
Right.
wants to before you go. But now you got a
That's what I
control
said.
factor.
I
Some
prefer
men have
you to.
control and some men
Some
don't
men
have
don't have
control.
control.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. So,
Yeah.
I've seen
hey,
that before.
when you got a
Yeah.
remote control, you make it do what it do. Right.
Because
But
in my mind,
yeah.
if you, I don't care if it's 1, 2, 5, 10, whatever times, my thing is that just really takes it to a whole nother level when
Oh yeah.
you've gone and been, the
Hmm.
woman is able to just, have the orgasm multiple
I feel like
times.
I love it
I
better
love
way it's just do it together. It's just
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's just
You can do
so
that too,
Yeah,
and
bomb.
that's
those
cool.
Like
are
you
Right.
need to just
fine.
do it
Those are
together.
great too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's nice.
I
Because
agree.
Yeah.
I might come first and then you come after, and it's like, bruh, this shit hurt. Like, can you hurry
Yeah.
up?
Oh no, you can. Yeah. I mean, but the point of the
Wait.
matter is, yeah, she done lost her
She
groove when she just like a man. When
see
she done
what she
got it, she
said.
like,
Sensitivity.
See what she
It
said.
depends
yeah,
on the sensitivity.
yeah,
The
I'm out.
sensitivity
She
though.
like, I'm out.
So you
Depends
want the
on
man to
what
hurry up
kind of
now?
it.
You want him to hurry up and go and finish?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Different levels to the climax for a woman as well. You got a
Mm-hmm.
mild one, and then you got that big strong one. Now you can't give me
Yeah.
a big strong one and then think you still finna be pounding. Like, bro,
That's funny.
it's a little
Yeah.
sensitive.
That's
Yeah.
Like,
funny.
Yeah. That's real.
men gotta learn
All
women
right,
too. I feel like
Oh
that's
men,
true.
no.
women have to learn a man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta learn under the shaft. This spot, hit this spot, this.
Right.
But I don't think men really be learning
That
women
gooch.
like that.
The smart men do. That's my trick, right?
Right.
I
Yeah.
need to, and it's almost selfish because no matter what happened, if you know when you with me, you're gonna get all you want. You gonna
Right.
I'm always have availability,
Right.
right?
And that's why
It's
your woman gonna always do whatever you ask her to do. She gonna keep you
absolutely,
happy. She gonna do all that because you're
absolutely,
taking care of her needs, not only,
absolutely.
out in
Yeah,
public, but in the
right,
bed,
Right.
intimacy.
absolutely. Yeah,
And that's
And
why
that's
because
why
we're
I think
gonna
a lot of men
and
don't understand. Like, if you
that's
we're
can
why
gonna
get
you
that
do
do
it
it.
girl,
anyway.
woman
Right.
intimately,
Yeah,
you
Mm-hmm.
got her.
yeah,
Right. And
yeah,
that's exactly why you do it. Boom. 1,000. Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What else on the menu, guys? What else we got going on?
Because I want to know about this whole Porsha and Simon. Do you think that's a fluke?
I don't know. I'm really questioning if they really are just doing this for prep for the show, or I'm really second guessing
I
now.
mean,
I'm really second guessing.
The
and do
dude
you
have
think she would have
citizenship?
dated him if he didn't have millions of dollars?
Of course not. Of course not.
Hold on,
No.
hold on.
Well, she dated
Hold
that
on,
hot
hold on.
dog
Let's
man.
think
He
about
ain't the
this.
cutest.
Cordell
But the
Stewart
hot
when
dog man was
that
selling a hell of a lot of hot dogs.
no. Forget
Nah,
him.
she was with Cordell too, but she was a
Exactly.
homely housewife. She
Exactly.
didn't do all the stuff.
Exactly.
She didn't even go to the club. She wouldn't even go to the
Exactly.
strip club.
She didn't do none of
Portia
that.
turned into a whole nother person once she got a
After.
divorce from Cordell.
Exactly. She sure did.
It's almost like Real Housewives of Atlanta turned her out.
No, you
Correct.
get turned out in Atlanta now. You know that.
No, but they
No,
had been
the
living.
show.
She was
The
a
show.
homely
She's
housewife.
talking about the
I
show.
know, but I'm saying once she got really into the mix of things and started getting out there and
But
getting
she wasn't
getting
on the
that
scene
attention.
because Cordell wasn't playing it.
He wasn't.
Cordell had her
At first,
set.
right,
Locked up.
right,
Yeah,
right,
and he
right.
taught her. He
Right.
fixed her credit. He did all that type of stuff. Now, I didn't like how she came out. Oh, he gay. Like, don't do that. Like, if you don't
Right.
love me no more, just let it ride. Because if
Yeah.
you ever loved me, there's no way you can come out and say those type of harsh things.
Right.
I think that's, and I'm going to say something real strong. I think that's customary for women. That when you break up, now they're going to smear you. They're going to smear the hell out of you.
No,
Get the letter. Get the letters. Y'all
Mm,
send them to George.
mm,
The letters to George.
Send them on to me. Send them to me.
I don't think every woman do that. Unless it depends on how he hurt her. Now, if he hurt her a certain kind of way,
There's
It's
another
revenge
thing.
now? That's what
There's
you're saying?
another
It's
thing. There's
revenge?
another thing. Why become a victim when you've been the, the person that's been the aggressor?
Participant.
You can't be the aggressor and the victim. You got to be one or the other. And if you both have been the aggressor and the victim at different times, why don't you walk away and say, hey, I done you wrong, you done me wrong, so let's just keep it moving.
let's just keep it moving.
Yeah,
That's how I left my last relationship. Let's
yeah,
just keep it moving.
yeah. If you
Now,
hit
I
me
was
in my
pissed
right
because
eye,
I
I
was
hit you in
engaged
your
for
left.
4 years and he got married in 8 months. Damn.
There you go. Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I
Damn.
wasn't exotic enough.
Ooh. All
Dang,
righty then.
dang.
Hey.
Oh, y'all don't have no comment.
No,
I ain't got
I
no
ain't got no
comment.
comment. I
Say.
don't know what happened I don't know what went on in the relationship. See, you telling me that he chose an exotic woman. I don't know if you hit that man and threw some hot grits on him in his sleep or something.
No,
We
never.
don't know the
Never
data.
did
We
that.
don't have all the data.
Okay. Yeah, we
Right.
don't have all the
No,
Yeah.
data.
don't make my
And I
son.
think
I wasn't no saint in the end. In the end, I dibbled and dabbled.
Mm-hmm.
there we go.
You know,
Okay.
There we go.
I'm
But as
not
far
gonna
as
Sides
sit
to the
there and
Porsche,
story
have.
now. It's two
No,
As
sides,
far
it
but
was. I
yeah,
dabbled, and then I
yeah.
said, "What are you doing, Nika?" And I
yeah,
said, "Get the hell
yeah,
on. It's time for you to go
yeah.
home."
Oh, I
So
truly think the society hears one side of a story, boy, and they be like, "That's what happened right there." And
Mm-hmm.
most people know that people, when you break up, it's always going to be some
I think we were too
maladaptive
young, though.
story.
We were too young.
Yeah,
We were still
you can be
young.
too
Correct.
I
young.
mean,
Right.
military
Correct.
wise, and if you think about it, a lot of people get in relationships in the military, and then after you come out of the military,
Yeah,
somebody probably wasn't even your speed for real. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Civilian
Correct.
we
life
live
is
totally
different.
different lives. I
It's
respect
different.
Yeah,
his life he got. He
Mm-hmm.
respect mine. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Right.
But we
Right.
probably couldn't have. I couldn't be at home and be this
Right.
little
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
homely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
like
right,
No
yeah.
right.
doubt. No doubt.
I get it.
All right.
He
Ooh.
wasn't even comfortable going to the strip club. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta let him go.
Oh yeah. You gotta be with somebody that like to do what you
So
got
you
like
should
to
be
do.
able to do stuff with your partner. If you could go out and
Absolutely.
do
And listen, I had Greg laughing we was at the cigar bar a little early. We just
mm-hmm.
ended up in the
Y'all
cigar bar
always
at
at the
2 or 3
damn table.
o'clock. We go in there about 2 or 3 o'clock, right? I had him
Yep.
laughing because I was like, dude, Tracy had me at a shot house this weekend.
What is a
And
shot house?
Nika,
it's a
you
house.
know what a
It's a
shot house
She
is.
might not know
A
what a shot house
bootlegger?
is. Okay, maybe a bootlegger, maybe another
Yep.
We
name
Yep.
called
for
it
it.
Yep.
bootleggers.
Yep.
Oh,
Bootlegger.
okay.
Bootlegger. Yep.
But
Okay.
Exactly.
we was in that thing for 4 hours, turned
Oh yeah.
up, right? But just imagine if we wasn't on the same page. So going back to what you were saying, he didn't
Yeah.
like the strip club, right? You a woman and you
Mm-hmm.
can be comfortable in the strip club. You definitely got to be with somebody that like to do what you like to do or can
Correct.
adjust to it on the
Well,
fly and
yeah.
still be cool,
Well,
right?
we
Right.
were at a party. I
Mm-hmm.
don't go there anymore like that. I always shoot the shit with y'all, but I don't really be in strip clubs like that. But
Right, right, right.
bootlegger, I go when y'all sent me that. What was that cigar bar? Whatever y'all sent me. What was it?
Patio.
The patio?
Oh, the patio.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, I could
Yeah, I don't
not.
like it
It's
either.
too many
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Was it one way in, one way out? Like, no, I'm good.
No,
I
it's
go to a
nice,
bootlegger
but yeah.
where I go in there.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
Right.
most
But
definitely.
Right.
we just went up in there and we turned up. We had a good
Yeah.
time. It was funny as
Mm-hmm.
hell.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was buying drinks. It was literally a house, and every room in the house was made to be a bar. I was like,
They
how
were
the
drinking
hell are they?
Right.
Seagram
No, no,
gin.
no, no, baby.
Oh,
They
okay,
had
they don't came up.
the thing thing.
Seagram.
No, they had the thing up in there. I was thinking, how in the hell are they getting away with this though? Right?
Alizé.
I'm like, no,
Jose,
some Cisco, shit,
they
some
still
Ripple.
sell that.
Man, I was like,
Hypnotic.
Right.
All that.
hypnotic.
Hypnotic.
Ooh, those was them naughty head drinks back in the
Back
day.
in the
Oh
day.
God.
Boone's Farm. Oh
Mad
my
Dog
Incredible.
God.
2020.
Oh yeah, that
Morgan
was
Ooh.
my
David.
drink now. That was the
Morgan
first
David
drink
Ooh.
I served.
2020. Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Wild Irish Rose. Go and
Yep.
get
Yep.
it.
I know what that is.
Look,
Yeah.
people still trip on me now because I get a 40 of Miller Highlight.
Ooh, you
Oh, that was my
better.
mom's beer.
That's my that's my jam. I love
About a
that.
40. Boy, if I see
Not
you
a
I will
drinking a
40.
pull
40,
a
if
40
I see,
now of a Miller High Life. I'm telling you, I
Now
use
my
that.
daddy used to drink Foster.
Foster.
oh,
Yep.
oh my
Yep.
God, you talking about a
Budweiser.
40 of Miller High Life. Boy, I
Bro,
Not a
gotta see that
listen.
one,
40.
Greg.
That was
I
my
gotta see
mom's
that.
beer. She liked that.
Yep.
Oh
Oh, yes,
boy.
sir. That's funny.
But
Hey,
Cool.
man. Y'all seen how they doing my boy Shay Shay? It's somehow
oh
social media,
man.
man.
Oh,
Now
my
they lifted
God.
him up. He
They
was
dogging
all
him.
that. Cat
They dogging
Williams,
it
55
all up
million
here.
views. Why
He gonna
why
talk
is
about,
this
but I
culture?
like how he addressed it though. Like I like how he just meet it head
But
on. Like
but still, it's like,
That's
why does the
fine, but they
culture
dogging him.
like to see you go up
it's
and
us.
then have
Right.
more joy about trying to pull you down?
Pull you
When
Now,
I
I
down.
mean,
seen
it
that, I
just
didn't understand it. You know, I was just like, oh, what was the problem? They was like, he was
yeah,
about to do that, but it did look
yeah.
like he was about to.
But
But
see, they
I
caught
looked.
him. I went back and watched the video. Right?
It did
He
look
too
like he was
big.
about to,
He
but
he
he
He too
too
just.
big. He
big.
do be
He too
wearing some
big to
tight
do
shit
this.
all the
He too
time.
big to
He
do
do be
this.
wearing some tight stuff. But he wasn't. See, they caught him in certain little moves, like when he was standing like.
He He just got caught. I told
He
you.
got caught in the
When you
bag.
get a picture or a video and it's
Oh
caught
man.
in that
Oh my
moment,
God.
it's over
But
with. And then he
It's
was
yeah,
over
too
with.
big for that Birkin. Like, I understand
man.
his swag, but that
Yeah.
Birkin is too, bruh. Just
All
get
that
that
was too
Birkin to your
tight.
daughter.
All that was too tight. All of it was
It's
too
too
tight.
small.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
small. Now
Yeah.
he big. We get you big, dude. You know, we get it. But
Yeah.
man, come on, man. Don't get the people. I mean, they gonna tear you down.
Don't give
They
him
killing
no
him.
ammo. Too much
They
ammo.
killing
You're
him
giving them
now.
too
He's
much
just
ammo.
all that.
They
He's
are.
just all
They
that.
are.
Now they
Still
killing
all
him, boy.
that. They just got to give this about 10 more minutes. It'll be done.
Ooh,
Yeah.
boy, they
It'll
know
But they've
go
been
over
that.
coming for
probably.
him ever since that whole Mike Epps. They be
Cat
talking
Williams
about
since
Netta.
That's
since.
They be saying
Mike
they see
Epps.
Netta in
Mike
him.
Epps.
Oh
They see
my
what?
God.
Netta.
Oh my God. Oh my
Boy, somebody
God.
drew a picture of Shannon Sharp standing like. Boy, that picture almost had my eyes pop out
Oh
my
my
head. I
God.
say, man, social media, boy, that shit need to go
Yeah.
off at 8
Social
o'clock
media
every night.
hell.
Listen, man, the
Social media,
internet is
hell,
gonna win every time. I don't
it's
care
gonna
how you
win
do
every
it.
time.
Internet wins
And you know,
every
now
time.
they're driving up and getting out of the car and they're doing it. Like it's a challenge. The
Yeah,
Shannon Sharp challenge.
Oh my
it's
God.
awful.
Are you
It's
serious?
awful. It's a
I'm dead serious.
disease.
That's
Yeah, you serious. It's
crazy.
a disease, man. The
Mm.
gullibility of social media.
Yeah.
People don't
Yeah.
fact check nothing. They
No.
read it and they
And go
don't
with
do
it.
nothing
Yeah.
about it. They read something and be like, "Yeah, you seen that? Da
Yeah.
da da." It's like, where you get that
Yeah.
from? Why you say
But
that?
that's
You
how you
fact
know
check?
they don't pay attention, because the man said he had 2 hip surgeries and he can't feel his ankles. Like he took the
Wow.
feeling out of his ankles.
Wow.
And you
Wow.
know, you
Yeah.
traveling like that
Right.
nonstop. That man is a hard
Nonstop.
working man. Like he
He
Yeah,
always
is.
on the road.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he going
Yeah.
up. They're gonna try to take him down.
Yeah,
It's
he
like
know
soon
it
as
come with it. Yeah.
ooh, he know
Mm-hmm.
it come with it. But that's
Yep.
sad that it got to come with it, though. We okay. You see how we normalize that? It's like
Mm-hmm.
that's just part of the course. Like God,
Right.
And I
oh,
used to think he was a handsome guy until I realized like all of his stipulations and his rules, and I'm like, bro, you is crazy. Like
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you
yeah.
can't use the master bathroom. He don't want to hear you peeing and all this other stuff. I'm just like, is that realistic? Like people really live like this in real life?
Is he playing or is he trolling? You know what I'm saying? You can't never
I don't
tell.
think, because you haven't had that kind of house all your life. You
Right,
said that you came up in a small house, so
right, right.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
You
Yeah.
can't never
It's
tell, man.
clear.
But I know the
Hey.
crazier you are, the more people pay attention. So sometimes you just have to
Right.
put on the
Oh, we
red
talked
nose
about
and the
that
big
though.
wig.
What about
Yeah.
that though?
What's that?
Having a crazy woman. What was that conversation you said, Greg? You had some women talking in the cigar bar, and they were saying that men like a little crazy.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
George,
I was
like,
telling.
no, you could
Yeah.
miss me with that.
I don't like none of that, bro.
I don't know where
I
women
don't
get
think
that
it's
from.
crazy like
I don't know
fatal
where women get that
attraction.
from. Why do women think that men want crazy women? You know, I mean, if you want to be crazy in the bedroom and all that, that's fine, you know, but we even probably have some limitations on that shit, maybe. I don't know what your crazy is. But why do you think you have to go out and act a fool, you know, I don't know, slash a tire or break a window or something?
I don't think it's that crazy. I hope not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, fitting
I
me.
think it's one of those things where, like, if she had to get down to business, she could get down. In my
No,
form of crazy.
I think acting a fool all the time is what they be talking about, like a
Oh,
pop
yeah.
off and all that shit.
That's it.
You
That's
know,
it.
you
George.
keep all that shit. I don't want none of that.
George.
If you got to raise your
See,
voice, I'm good. I've
George.
lived some years, so my tolerance and
Look how
patience
I'm
is
finna
real
say your
short.
tolerance. Because back in the game,
Yeah,
Your
when I was
tolerance.
younger, boy, ooh.
yeah, my
That's
tolerance
where
and patience
pop
for
it
that
off at the
shit. I ain't
mouth.
got no tolerance
Patience
for
for
it.
it. No
No,
patience for
I'm
it.
good.
See, George,
Nah,
this
I
is
don't
the
do that.
time now for DJ
Mhm.
Terrence Howard. This is the time for Terrence Howard, DJ.
Hustle and
Yeah,
flow?
You gotta bring that voice in, man. You gotta bring
man,
Oh.
man, I ain't trying to have no crazy one, man. No, man,
But
you
even
can have
he,
that
like
play.
the little
exactly. That's right.
Cookie wasn't all together. Cookie, you couldn't handle
Good.
Cookie? That's
Listen.
that form of crazy. You couldn't handle that?
I ain't dealing with it.
No.
I
Cookie
don't
wasn't
need it.
crazy. She was
I don't
just
need it.
That's
She
what
was
they
just
mean
driven.
by
She
that.
was
We know
driven.
George is so mellow and this, that, and the third. But I think
George
when they
says,
talk about crazy, I think they're talking about like Cookie lying
No,
type
she wasn't
crazy.
crazy though. She was just driven.
yeah.
She wasn't
Yeah.
that
Did you
crazy.
watch Empire?
I did. Yeah.
You ain't see she
I
took the
did.
golf club to the damn conference room and all the crazy
Yeah.
shit she did. Oh no, bro.
Okay. All right. That's one or
Can't
two
do
See,
it.
things. You
George
might be
is just
right.
George up there with Shannon Sharp. Him
No,
and
no,
Shannon could
no,
be
no,
best
ma'am.
friends.
No, ma'am. I'm not up there with Shannon Sharp. You could pee on yourself if you want to pee on yourself. You can do whatever you want. You can walk through this motherfucker and fart like Brutus from Popeye. I don't give a
Baby,
damn.
he don't suck no
Just
toes. He don't do none of that.
just keep all that crazy, all that extra behavior. Man, shit.
Okay,
Oh
George.
God. Oh
Ever since
God.
you went to your therapist, you done became a new
No,
man.
man.
Oh man.
You don't know what some people's traumas are. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Okay.
If you done had that in your
Yeah.
life, sometimes
Yeah.
your tolerance for that just be
It's very
gone,
low. Yeah, it's
right?
gone.
You know,
No,
it's
But
gone,
you're
some
right.
man.
people just grew up with it, so that's all they know.
No, it
So they don't know
is.
how to unlearn
That's
it.
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's
it's
true.
fine. It's fine. You know,
That's
everybody
true.
got different SOPs, standard operating
Oh
procedures,
God,
right?
Procedures.
here he go.
And if that's it. You know, that's cool, right? Shit.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
bet your
No,
mama just
sir.
so calm, cool, and
No,
collected, huh?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
She not.
No, no.
Ooh, I could trip out with
Uh-uh.
your mama.
Trip out. What you talking about? What you say, yeah? Like the old people say, what you say,
That's
beloved?
funny.
What you say,
That's
Yeah,
funny.
beloved?
yeah. No, but I mean,
See, Greg
everybody
got
like
a
a little
regal
crazy.
mom. His mom is very regal. Oh
That's just
Lord.
what you know of her now. That's you don't know where mom came from. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's what you know of mom now. That is correct. Once they get to a certain age, the mentality changes and,
It
people,
should.
right,
Mm-hmm.
as it should.
Yeah. I
But
think it
yeah,
is. I think
yeah,
when you
yeah.
get a
My
certain
mom was a
age, you
hell
have tolerance.
raising me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anything else we got, guys, before we wrap this up, this
No,
wonderful night of
and
great
that was a great
chit
show.
chattery?
Chit chattery, boom.
Chop it
That
up.
Chopping
chop
it
it up.
up.
We got to get some more people on here to talk with us and
Oh yeah, we
give their
need the
perspective.
letters. We need the write-ins. I think we kind of
Come on,
scared some
y'all.
people away from actually joining. I think women are a little scared of the camera.
Is that what it
Um,
is? They
I
don't want
think
the
All
the
of them.
truth.
real
Some of them live for
classy
the camera.
women are very afraid of coming on here with
So
YouTube
are
information.
you saying that myself and George need to tone it down a little bit, or
No, because I feel like if you want to come on here, y'all are not the end all be all, but
correct?
it's still good
Correct.
to get some feedback from men because I love learning. I love hearing y'all take on stuff. I might not agree with some of the shit y'all say, especially
Mm-hmm.
Right.
George ass. He's so
We from different generations, so you know I have a different perspective on shit. And see, your hand ain't been in the fire as long as mine have. So I get.
Oh
okay.
I used to be.
man.
I
A, I
guess
used to
that's
be.
what
A,
it
I
is.
used to be a young cowboy at one time, but your knees
Not a
get
young
Right.
old.
cowboy,
Right. That's
You be like,
funny.
oh, I ain't trying to be no
not Texas
cowboy no
Hold'em.
more. I ain't
That's
trying to play
funny.
the
But
cops or robbers
nah.
anymore.
I feel like women need to
hmm
learn how to have conversations with men and actually learn
Yeah,
and not get upset or get afraid. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
or
Agreed.
actually be their true, authentic selves. I think
hmm
women are so used to putting up facades and wanting to have conversations, but they don't want to know the truth. Like, they
Right.
can't handle the truth.
Right.
Because if I
Right.
came to you and I said, "Oh, well, what's my number? What on the scale? What would you think I am?" Because I would want to know. Like, I would want you to put it
hmm
into perspective. If I need to lose weight, let me go lose some weight. Like, okay, men like this. That's what my dad said. Before my dad died, my dad told me I was a certain weight, and I think that was probably like the heaviest. And he said, "How
hmm
much do you weigh?"
hmm
And I told him, and he said, "Don't ever go past that number."
Got
And
it.
even in his death, I don't
hmm
go past that number, even
Right.
though that number looks different now that I'm grown.
hmm
But I always had that in mind. You know what I mean? So,
hmm
And I think that number is comprised of not just physical I think it's got to be emotional. Your communication.
Yeah.
Because you can be. Let's hypothetically. I'm gonna move Kevin Samuels out the way. You can be a 7 and you can be so cool. You can have such a good personality. You can have so many other soft skill attributes going for yourself that now you're a 9. Right
Yeah.
now,
But
if it's just saying you're a 9 because you're exotic or your hair is a certain texture, your body's a certain way. Well, I can't have a relationship with your body all the time, right? And again, it's the older guy. It's the older guy talking. I used to be just shallow, more shallow. I'm still shallow, but I used to be more shallow than I am now.
But I just feel like women should be open to having those conversations without getting upset, and you know.
Agreed. Cool. So let's see if some of the users would heed to your invite. Hopefully they do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to be a part of the What's on the Menu community, let us know what you want to talk about. Get in those comments. But above all, like, if you have something you would like for us to talk about or speak on or have a situation, we would love to hear about it and talk it through. You know what I mean? Questions, anything. So thank you for tuning in. Again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This has been a great episode. Till next time.
Absolutely. Peace.